if there was a legitimate weakness on 2021 UCO defense, it would have to be the secondary. We've already last video broke down the defensive line and the linebacking unit. I'm gonna quickly sum it up here. Solid, very solid unit. Lamontre Huval, the grad transfer from Eastern Mexico, was as good as advertised. And I would say freshman linebacker Elijah Wright out of Vian, very, very, very special talent. Future is very bright for him. He was second on the team as a true freshman at Vian. 65 tackles, 4.5 for loss, 1 breakup, 1 hurry, 1 forced fumble. I think is a guy got 4-year starter written all over him. I'm excited to see the leap that he takes. But looking at the secondary, to me, it all begins and ends with now junior safety Dylan Buckeye out of Moore. He was another guy I personally saw play for 3 years. I was excited when he signed, because the thing with Dylan is, if you look at Dylan, you just look at his measurables, probably his 40 time, it doesn't blow you away. But when you watch the film, you put on the tape, he seems to always be in the right spot at the right time, knows where to be, and that is pretty evident by the fact that he led the team with 89 tackles, led the team with 3 interceptions, 3 hurries, a fumble recovery, and a forced fumble, and he did score a touchdown against Central Missouri, I believe. Is it Missouri or Pitt State? But he did score a touchdown on the pick. By far the most solid defensive back on the team there, and I think it has a chance to be 3-year starter for sure. He started some as a freshman, but outside of that, last year outside of him and grad transfer Marshall Washington from Georgia Southern, outside of those two, the cornerback room, it was tough, right? I mean, you had a lot of guys: Malik Gray, Dantes Fagan, Daniel Ballman, Jonathan Mosley, Trayvon Craig, Darius Hawkins, Kobe Stevens. A lot of guys rotated in and out of that, trying to find the best group. By season's end, you could probably say the most consistent of that bunch was Darius Hawkins, the Prairie View A&M transfer from Douglas High School. 31 tackles, 1.5 TFLs, 1 interception, 5 breakups. But he's now gone. So if you're looking at, so who would be the top corner, the top cover corner entering the season just now on the roster? My money would have to be on Kobe Stevens, the sophomore from Woken. Now, this is a guy struggled early, specifically in the first half of the Northeastern State game. If you put on the tape against Northeastern State in that first half, he had the tough draw of Mark Wheeland, the star receiver for Northeastern State, one of the better receivers in the MIAA, and I don't lie to you, he got torched in that first half, especially on the touchdown drive before they went to him several times. But what impressed me a lot about Kobe, though, is he didn't seem to be shaken by that. He came back strong in the second half. I believe he limited Wheeland to 1 or 2 or 2 catches, and played really solid ball down the stretch. I think this is a guy gained more confidence as the season went, and I'm really excited to see if he can take that next step, build upon a freshman season where he had 28 tackles, 2 for loss, led the team with 7 breakups, had a forced fumble and a fumble recovery. So again, he to me, he played his best ball down the stretch. I think he would have to, if you're looking at the returning corners, he would have to be up there. I'll put him one as of right now. And then another corner that really caught my eye this year was Trayvon Craig. Now, Trayvon Craig was a guy made a massive jump because in 2019 mainly was a special teamer, a darn good special teamer, but comes in this year. I don't know what he did in 2020, but he comes in here and is by far the best outside of Buckeye, the best run defensive back. I mean, you talk about a sure tackler. Now, I know he's a wrestler. I know new head coach Adam Burrow loves wrestlers. So I think Trayvon Craig is probably going to be his guy. But 29 tackles, 4 TFLs, a half sack, 1 interception, 2 breakups, 1 hurry, 1 fumble recovery for 30 yards. Again, Trayvon Craig is a guy, I don't know if the light switch came on, but sure tackler, physical, not afraid to stick his neck in there. Definitely was great on blitzes too. We sent him a lot on corner blitzes. Provided some great pressure, and again, if he continue to grow here, right? If he can take the next step in coverage as well, you're looking at him and Kobe right there, Dylan Buckeye, only missing a few, and so that's a good starting point. Then you have Malik Gray, right? The junior college transfer, former Under Armour All-American, former Tennessee Volunteer. Was highly inconsistent. Was just highly inconsistent. 17 tackles, 3 TFLs, 1 sack, 4 breakups. And what was confusing about him was at times it was like, Malik Gray, man, I see why he was highly regarded, and then other times it's just like, what are you doing out there in coverage? So if we can just get the consistency there, Daniel Bauman is gone. I believe Dantes Fagan has transferred, and then Derek Loxton is the great story that he is. He's also has graduated. But you also have Tyshon Murray out of Del City, I believe. He played in 2 games, 3 tackles, 1 TFL. He's a guy hopefully could also take a next step. And then there's also, I believe, Quan Wix is still here. 8 tackles, 9 picks, 8 tackles. 9 tackles, 2 interceptions. They had a game-winning pick there against Missouri Western and the season opener. If someone could emerge between that trio right there, would really help, because like I said before, the secondary was probably the weakest unit on the defense, and by season's end was not. It had shown improvements. Okay, it wasn't great, but it was better than when they started. That's all you can really ask for. So that concludes our 2021 season position breakdowns. Thank you all for watching the series. We'll be back here in the near future with something new. But again, I cannot wait. National Signing Day is right around the corner. I can't wait to break that down. We will have full coverage here, and again, I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to continuing to bringing you UCO football content here on the channel. If you liked what you saw today, please do leave a like and subscribe. Until that time, thank you for watching and have a nice day.